Hi, I'm Susanna Bowling, and this is live from the Hotel Edison, Times Square Chronicles presents. My guest today does the remarkable. She takes ordinary people, performers, who may not be at the top of their game, but she brings them to the next level, gets them nominated, gets them awards, where people that are at the top of the game are not getting them because they don't have her. We're talking PR extraordinaire, journalist and author, Eileen Shapiro. Eileen, you are seriously my hero at the moment because you managed to take people that may be stuck in their career and get them to the next level and get them to be noticed and nominated. You amaze me.
Aw,
How do you do it?
that's so sweet. I pray a lot. No. You know what? Everybody has something to offer. So you just have to find out what that something is and make sure the rest of the world knows what that something is and what that something is not as well.
Wow. How did you get started in PR?
Okay, well, I was a journalist and an author. And I got offered to be on the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell because I wrote a book.
What was the book?
The book was called Precious Little Devils, and later on I wrote one called Waiting for Adam. But in any case, I was offered to be on his show, and the funny thing is, I knew Ron Russell. I knew him from, I used to own a gay club called the Bunkhouse, so I knew him from that time.
You owned a gay club?
I did.
Where?
In Sayville, Long Island.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-huh.
How did you get involved in that?
That's a long story.
Village People.
I know Randy from Village People.
So do I.
Very
He's
well.
great. So Sable, how did that start?
Well, I was in real estate for a million years, and the deal came to myself and my gay soulmate, Colin, and we wound up buying it. We had a blast for 7 years. We had a big blast. But I was also a journalist, and because of that, I started writing for an LGBTQ magazine called Get Out, which I still write for, and 13 years later, I still write for them. And that's how I met most of my celebrities and made most of my connections.
Wow.
Then, when I was on Jimmy's show, we became friends, and they came into the city. They were in Pennsylvania at the time, and we became friends. And one day we said, hey, we should open a PR company. And that's how it happened, as simple as that.
Really?
Uh-huh. Yep.
How did you get all the knowledge that you have, though? Because the way that you're able to go in and out of magazines and get people nominated, it's amazing.
Well, all of that comes with a little intuition, a little luck, and a little you need to be nice to people.
Oh, absolutely.
Sometimes do them favors. Like, I can't even tell you how much free press people get because, this is going to sound bad, because I need them, and they need me.
No, it's called scratching each other's back.
Exactly.
I get that.
I'm sure you do.
I do that a lot. I don't necessarily call back on the favors, but yeah, I scratch
Yeah, I don't
people's
either,
backs a
but
lot.
sometimes I just get the favors because,
Right.
you know, I don't really ask for that many favors.
I don't either.
I just, you know.
It's rare that I ask for something.
Yeah, me too. It just kind of happens organically.
Exactly.
Like, for example, I have most of my clients right now, they were just nominated for Josie Awards.
Now, what's a Josie Award?
Okay, a Josie Music Award is something that's done every year in Nashville. It's an independent organization, okay, that has been going on, it's very strong for 11 years. They do it in the Grand Ole Opry, and
Nice.
it's a very, very prestigious award. And it's become a very prestigious, everyone wants one now. So I got involved last year with one of my clients, and I shouldn't even say client, one of my very good friends, Randy.
Okay, Edelman.
Yes, Randy Edelman, the composer. And they wanted to give him a special award. So we became friendly with the Josie people. And we had a great time. Randy performed at the Grand Ole Opry, which I know he never did before. So that was a big deal for me and for him.
Yes.
And I think he got the Legendary Songwriters Award, which was very cute.
And nice.
And nice, and nice.
It's nice to be acknowledged for your body of work.
Yes, it definitely is. And what I do with people, aside from praying. um, I take them to a level that I know they can adjust to little by little. So we keep stepping it up and stepping it up. PR is a process. You're not going to become famous overnight. You're just not, unless you're like Madonna and she's already famous. But, my clients, some of them are very notable, like Randy Edelman, and some of them are just starting, and some of them are doing it a very long time but never got anywhere.
Yeah, but you manage to get people in places where technically they don't belong. And you manage to get them to win over people that are at the top of their game. And that's what's so impressive.
Well, you know what? People on top of their game don't have me as a PR agent.
No.
What can I tell you?
And normally people at the top of their game don't think of having a PR agent. They think, okay, I'm working in a Broadway show, I'm doing concerts at the top clubs.
I don't need anyone.
Yes.
But you know what? You always need a PR person, and I'll tell you why. Because no matter how much you sing, write, perform, if the world doesn't know about it, what's the point?
You're right.
You as a journalist probably know that too.
Yeah, we managed to get readership strictly by osmosis.
It's not by osmosis. You have a reputation.
Now I do.
Yep, you have a reputation.
But in the beginning, there was this thing called Fiverr.
It still is.
Yes, and I went to Fiverr to say, how do I get people to see me? And they were like, for $5, this is what you do. And I was like, $5? Okay, I'm there. And it got people to read me, and they stayed.
Right. Well, it was a little different with me. I was an author at 16. I wrote the Star
Wow.
I wrote the Star Trek medical reference manual.
Did you really?
I did. So I already at 16 had some kind of a name, and then I wrote for Star Trek, the Star Trek Giant Poster Book. The first person I ever interviewed in my entire life was Leonard Nimoy.
Oh, wow. We interviewed his son.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Aw.
Very nice guy, Adam.
I know Adam. I know Adam, actually. But he was the first one I ever interviewed, and I had kind of a crush on, I think, Mr. Spock, not on him so much. But
The character.
so it was a big deal for me.
Wait, can you do that?
I can if I concentrate.
I cannot.
Wait.
I'm like seriously uncoordinated.
Kind of. But, I mean, now we used to tour with the Star Trek people. I used to do the trivia quiz. And then from there,
Oh, wait, so did you do Comic-Con?
I never did Comic-Con because from there, I actually got married, had 3 kids, did real estate, and then went back into it after that. So,
Wow. Who's the client that you find the most fascinating to work with? Is it Randy?
fascinating. I think Irene Michaels, and I'll tell you why, because she's 80 years old. She's beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful.
And she's spunky, and she doesn't let anything get her down, so I find her fascinating to work with. Randy is, I find Jackie, his wife, fascinating to work
yes.
because she's amazing.
Now, is she still performing?
She doesn't perform really, but she does events here and there.
And let's say his wife is Jackie DeShannon.
Randy Edelman's wife is Jackie DeShannon, yes. And I love Jackie DeShannon more than Randy Edelman. Did I say that? Anyway.
I doubt Randy will watch this. Well, maybe.
Jackie might, though. She'll bring it to his attention. But anyway.
Oh, guess what, honey?
Exactly. Soho Johnny is a character. He's interesting, a challenge to work with. You know, I was a psych major. I got my degree in psychiatric nursing, and I figured I'll never use this. Well, it comes in handy.
I think psychiatric training, like I also took psych. I slept through the whole damn class, but when it came time for taking tests, I understood it, so I got an A.
Well, I'll tell you, I was in a room with 30 locked men in a ward, with 30 men in a locked ward. Yes.
Really?
Yeah. And I remember telling Randy that, and he said, "Oh, that's kind of boring." I said, "No, it wasn't. I was with 30 men." I said, "How boring can that be?" And his answer to me was,
Was it scary?
"No." And his answer to me was, "Now you have another one."
What client would you like to take on that you saw perform and you're like, I want them? Has there been one?
No. I love all my clients. There's nobody that I really wish for, but there's nobody, and there's probably nobody that I would decline. I mean, we have declined some people, but for different reasons. One of my clients is Howard Bloom. He's a genius. He's brilliant.
Who's Howard Bloom?
Howard Bloom used to be, listen to this is cool, he was the biggest PR person on the planet in the 60s and 70s. He represented Billy Joel, Billy Idol, Prince, Michael Jackson, and I can go on and on and on. I mean, the biggest people, Aerosmith, Queen.
Ooh.
And he chose us, so that makes me really happy. He's a scientist, and actually he's coming out with a book. You should have him on your show.
Okay.
He's probably the smartest man in the world.
I love smart people.
He's compared to Albert Einstein. They compare him to Stephen Hawking. They compare him to Freud.
Oh, I would love to talk to him, but I would love to talk to him about the universe and the way that
His
things
new
work.
book is called Sex and the Cosmos. So everything you ever wanted to know and gotten wrong. So he's just brilliant. So
I have probably gotten it all wrong.
So he's very intriguing and very kind. He's a very sweet man. Most of my clients are very sweet and very kind. I have to say that.
How do they find you?
Howard Bloom I interviewed, and he asked me, he goes, how much for your services? And I was like, you're Howard Bloom. I'll do you for free. Oh, no, you won't. That's how we found Howard, and that was, I think, 5 years ago.
Nice.
Randy, I don't know how I found him. I found
You
him.
guys are attached at the hip, so.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. But I found him through, he wanted to put a record out on Tribeca, and his friend and...
And that's Johnny's.
Yes, Johnny's, right. And it was called Coming Out the Other Side, and his friend and I guess manager or whatever, John Valesco, who I work with still, he introduced me. He said, you have to call Randy right now. I said, who is he? He goes, just call him.
Oh, you didn't know who he was?
No. So I call him up, and he said, do you know anything about me? And I said, I don't even know who you are. And he said, well, then you can't interview me. And I said, all right, well, no one's going to interview you. Have a nice day. Nobody, I guess, ever spoke to him that way. And then he was like, wait, I'll tell you where to look, and you can call me Monday. And after that, we became besties. I don't know how or whatever, but we did.
See, I remember him from the Carpenter song.
Yeah.
So for me, Randy Edelman is that song.
He loves that song, and he loved the Carpenters. And when he goes on stage and does a song, he usually cries. He's very emotional. He's very sensitive, and I don't know, Irene Michaels I found through a woman named Rachel, who is the owner of Trax Records in Chicago.
Okay.
Her name is Screamin' Rachel, and she goes, you got to do me a favor. You got to rep this woman. She's 75 or at the time, whatever she was, but she looks 40.
And
All
she
right,
did.
all right. Yes. And she's a house music singer. Who does that at 80? You don't think that's like the most intriguing thing? I do.
I find it intriguing only because is house music still a thing?
It is still a thing. It's a niche thing. And she's 80 and she does house music. Who does that? All right. And then I have, who am I missing? I have Rocky in California, Rocky Kramer, who's amazing. And he's actually, I believe, coming into the city next month. And then I have Phoenix 360, and that's Alan. And I am totally in love with him. I love him to death. And he invented an app that is odd eccentric.
We're going to have him
And
today.
you're going to have him.
I'm very excited because this
And you're gonna
app,
love him.
This app thrills me. It really helps a lot. Is going to help a lot of
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
And cut out the bullshit of how you get into the music industry.
Exactly. And he's brilliant, and you'll see. And really a kind, sweet man. And I love him. I have to say this. I love all my clients. I might get mad at them. I might want to kill them, or they might want to kill me. But I absolutely love them. I have Jennifer Bell. She's a country girl, country and western.
Is she up for a Josie?
She is.
Because that would make sense.
Yes, she is, and she's so good and so talented. a matter of fact, her daughter is going to be in the showcase tonight that I'm doing.
Yes, tell me about the showcase and where can people see the showcases?
Okay, it's every last Wednesday of the month. Phoenix 360 has a showcase at Chelsea Table and Stage. And Chelsea Table and Stage is on 26th Street, 152 West 26th Street. Show starts at 7, and everyone's welcome every Wednesday. Next Wednesday, we're going to do a Pride one.
One for Pride, yeah.
Yep. And, I want to tell everyone about Lincoln Center. Can I do that?
Yes, you can, but this will probably come on after Lincoln Center.
I don't care.
Okay, tell them.
People can still buy. All right, wait. Randy's going to be in Lincoln Center June 6th. Now, if it does come on before that,
It's coming on after that, I'm telling you
after that,
now.
I mean, we'll have Suzanne do a review. And
I am going to do it.
all right, but Randy will also be in Carnegie Hall December 19th.
Oh, great, again, yay.
Again, the second time.
And the Lincoln Center one is a big deal because it's his birthday, right?
It is his birthday. It is.
So that's going to be exciting.
It is.
So you can look on the paper for the review of that because that will be coming.
Yes.
This interview will actually probably air in July.
That's okay. That's okay. Which
What,
is fine.
are you writing any other books?
I am currently writing and helping Irene do an autobiography.
Okay.
And I'm writing Randy's autobiography,
Oh.
or biography, or
Oh,
whatever.
so you're also a ghostwriter.
I am a ghostwriter. But with Randy, it's not so much ghost. We're kind of supposed to, Random House asked us, we're kind of supposed to do it together.
Oh, great.
But
And are you still writing articles and writing
I
for
write for
people?
80 magazines.
80?
Uh-huh. Globally.
Holy hell.
Globally. The bigger ones I write for are Get Out. I write Get Out magazine, Louder Than War, Hype magazine, Vent Scope, all of the entertainment magazines.
Wow. That is so impressive.
And one day, Times Square Chronicles, please.
No, seriously, but wait until after the Tony season. 'Cause
Absolutely.
Surprisingly enough, right now, I am down like 50 articles that I need to publish that I don't have space for unless they get buried. And I don't
Not a
like
problem.
I don't like burying my writers.
I know. I agree with you.
I like people to see what's going on.
Well, you got to remember that when I write something, it's all over the place because I'm a publicist.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know, press does a lot for my clients, and being on shows like yours, prestigious shows that are kind of really cool, and they're on radio a lot.
It's amazing what
And
you
again,
do.
I love my clients, and I love my partner, Jimmy Starr, who I better shut out. Hi, Jimmy. And,
Hi, Jimmy.
and he'll be here in August, so you can have him then
Okay,
if you want.
perfect. No, yeah.
And,
Well, we're trying not to film during the summer because I'm planning to cover the Hamptons this year.
oh, fun.
We did it last year, and we're going to
I
do it
remember.
again. Yeah, with Roger Shachel and Irene Smith Shachel. Yeah, we're trying to cover, because I think a lot of New Yorkers go to the Hamptons for the summer,
Yeah, they do.
and there's a lot of interest, with all of the different TV shows that have happened, the reality TV shows.
That's cool. I'll
So-
join you for a weekend.
I'm sure Roger would love that.
Well, there you go.
Is there anything I haven't asked you that you would like our readers to know about?
I think that you've allowed me to say pretty much with my big mouth everything that I need to say. But I do want to thank you for having me,
Oh my God, you're so welcome.
and I want to thank you.
No, I'm
for,
glad that you are here because seriously, you blow my mind with what you can do with your PR.
Well, I want to thank you for being so cool and to acknowledge that. Thank you.
No, you're welcome. It's seriously impressive. I would like to thank my guest, Eileen Shapiro, for being with us here today and being able to help you learn about what PR can do. I would like to thank Magda Katz for videoing us and making us sound good. I'd like to thank Romel Gopez and the Hotel Edison for giving us a place to be able to say what we want to say and bring you the guests that we bring you. I'm Susanna Bowling, and this is Live from the Hotel Edison, Times Square Chronicles presents.